If you don't listen to anything else in the rest of the video, listen to these last 3 tips, please. Hi guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about small mistakes that might happen in your business when you're first getting started that can cost you over time as they start to add up. Now, I felt it important to make this video because we have so many people who are entering the world of owning a business, starting a business, entrepreneurship, that I would rather teach you and tell you about the things that I may have made a mistake on so that you don't make the same mistake, because that's what we do here, okay? And if you're new here and you didn't know that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Why am I talking so much with my hands? So that you don't miss the amazing gems I drop on my channel every week to help you level up and make some money, honey. And if you're not new here, thank you so much for rocking with your girl. Welcome back, guys. We are going to get straight into this video, starting with my first piece of advice. Number 1, you don't want to make the mistake of not properly preparing for shipping costs. Now, I will say this was a big deal for me because I wasted so much money. When I went back and looked at my reports, so while I was gathering my stuff for taxes, I saw that I spent $700 on shipping, and that was from September to December. And while it's not super crazy, it's crazy for only 4 months. So the way that I had to get that down was I had to figure out exactly what my items weighed, what it costs to send them outside of state, what it costs to send things overnight, and really getting shipping costs down to the T, because I was eating the cost of that instead of making sure it was included at checkout for customers. One thing I want to let you know is to get over the fear of thinking that people won't pay for shipping. It was a huge thing of mine, and I was like, well, people aren't going to pay for shipping if it costs too much. And if you didn't see my last video talking about what we made in 2021, I'm here to tell you people will pay the shipping. If they want it, they're going to pay the shipping. So do not let that deter you. Do not end up eating the cost of shipping, because it can come back very hard on you. So take my advice and make sure that you are pricing your items correctly at checkout for shipping so that the customer is paying for shipping and that you aren't. Tip number 2 would be processing fees. This shows up in quite a few different places. So for me, my website is hosted through Wix, and Wix takes a small fee when they process my orders. When people check out on my website, the money is held in Wix as they process it and then pay it out to me. A small fee is taken for them hosting it and taking the payment and all that good stuff for me, whatever. But there's other places that I'm also incurring fees that I don't think I can avoid it with the website. However, when people pay through like PayPal, PayPal business accounts take a small fee, and it's like basically a game of impatience. Unless you absolutely need the money right away, select the option to where it's not instant deposit, but it's 1 to 3 business days. Those little fees are adding up because the website already takes a fee, and then if they pay through PayPal, I'm getting another fee taken out. So it's like the total profit of the order, when it finally gets to me, it has come down a little bit more than I wish it would have. So just be careful when you are using sites to host your website and your products and your sales, because small fees are coming out depending on where you're doing the business through, and that could start adding up over time. So just be careful and pay attention to where these fees are coming from. I know places like Stripe also take a fee if you use that, the PayPal, like I mentioned, your website. I'm not sure about Shopify because I use Wix. So just be mindful of that. Number 3, you have too many subscriptions for your business. Let me be the first to tell you, I am a sucker for a good subscription, okay? However, I'm gonna free trial it till I die. But some stuff, you just can't do that forever. However, you don't need everything. Do not get roped into thinking you need the next app, the next website, the next extension and plugin because somebody on YouTube or somebody on TikTok told you to get it. I personally run my entire business with only the subscription to Canva, which is $12 a month, and Adobe Creative Cloud, which is $20 a month for students. And Creative Cloud has literally everything you need in it. Literally every app you need in it. And then Canva also has a scheduling function, so you don't need to buy apps that schedule stuff for you. I mean, they all have different functions, but if you are a small business and you're just starting out, you have to work with what you've got. Honestly, truly. And there's ways around apps that charge you Stop signing up for so many subscriptions. You don't need a Planoly subscription. You don't need a MailChimp subscription. My Wix website has email campaigns. I don't pay for email lists and email campaigns and all that. While I know those sites are very beneficial and have so many functions to help your business run smoothly and to, increase your numbers and whatnot, you don't need that just yet in the beginning, and use what you've got. If my website allows me to send out mass emails to all of my people in my address book, then I'm going to use that. I'm not going to go and pay for another subscription because, first of all, I'm cheap. But second of all, I don't have it that much for real anyway if I'm a brand new business. So I'm going to use where it's free, and I'm going to rock with that. Tip number 4 is you are discounting too much or discounting too often. This is obviously taking money out of your own pocket. If you have a product that everybody just loves, but we also love a good sale, so you feel that your audience is going to shop more if you do a sale, that's fine. Because I noticed that when I do a sale, not only do customers shop more, but they buy more. So it's okay to have a good sale every now and then, but you want to increase the demand. Now, the problem with discounting too often is people will start getting used to sales and they won't shop during the regular price seasons. They know you're going to put it on sale at some point in time, so they're just going to wait for the sale. And customers get very much used to that, and that is costing you money as well. So not only are you losing money because you keep discounting this stuff, but you're losing money because people are not shopping in between sales. And that's very hard. Now, if you do have a sale, be careful not to discount too much. If I have an item that is priced at one level and I discount it, I want to discount it just a little bit. Not too much to where it's taking money out of my pocket. You want to discount it just enough to where customers are happy and you're happy, but not to where you're losing money, if that makes sense. You don't have to try and beat out the next sale or the next competitor or the next business that does what you do. Just do a discount that's comfortable for you, that makes your audience happy. Everybody wins. And that leads me into my 5th tip is you are underpricing your items. So you come up with this amazing new item and you post it online for sale and you're not making any money off of it. So a lot of people have these new small businesses and they're not seeing their businesses grow because they're not making enough profit. Where it comes to what it costs you to make it, what it costs you to produce it and ship it. I know y'all watch Shark Tank. If you ain't never seen an episode of Shark Tank, go watch Shark Tank and it'll teach you something, okay? But if you have a product and you're pricing it way too low for what it costs you to make it, you're not going to be in the positive, and that is going to hurt you over time. You want to be so much in the positive that you can continue to bring in more inventory and continue to make sales and to actually continue to see your money that is still left in the bank growing. So if you're not really seeing that, then you might want to go back and look at your items and see if it's time to hike the price up, whether they're products or whether they're services. I'm just saying. Number 6, you are buying too much inventory. You want to be very careful when you are buying your inventory to sell your products. Now, if you have a t-shirt collection, I'll use mine for example, Blk Women Can. If you have not followed on Instagram yet, go follow Blk Women Can. I did a Blk Women Can breast cancer t-shirt. It was a limited time t-shirt and it only came out in October. However, I overestimated the amount of inventory I needed for this collection and it did not sell as much as I thought it would. And that is going to happen to you at some point in life, is you might just have a product that does not resonate well with everybody. Why didn't everybody care about breast cancer? Everybody won't buy everything. And now number 7. I think we're on 7. Are we on 7? This one should be obvious. It should have been number 1, honestly, but you don't have a budget, or you do have a budget and you're having a hard time sticking to it. A budget is so important in your business because you need to see where your money's going, why it's not going where it was supposed to go, why it's not lasting as long as it was supposed to last. You have to have a plan for every dollar that you make. And it is very important to have a budget so that you are not overspending, you're not wasting too much money, and you're not paying attention to where your money's going. It's super important to have a budget. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Y'all know what a budget is. Highly recommend it. Number 8. This one is near and dear to the heart. The last 3, 8, 9, 10, yes, the last 3 are going to be very, very important financially. Your business, and you will thank me later. Just pay attention. If you don't listen to anything else in the rest of the video, listen to these last 3 tips, please. Number 8. You have to make sure you are not mixing business and personal funds. It is important when tax time rolls around that you have everything in order for your business. And if you're trying to run a legitimate business, now there are some people who do that under the table, cash app, cash, whatever type of stuff. I don't do that. I run a legitimate business and I want my business to be greater than under the table. So I have to have that mindset from the jump that my business is going to be huge and it has to be professional and it has to be organized and legitimate. And I think you should also have the same mindset. So running your business, you want to make sure you get a business bank account and separate the funds, because a lot of times you have no idea just how much of your business's money you're spending. You think you're keeping track, but a lot of times when you are commingling business and personal funds, it kind of just gets lost. It's like, oh, I spent $10 extra this day on gas, not realizing that that was a part of business money. And it's just too messy. You just can't keep an accurate history of what money was what money. So it's just really not recommended, especially by anybody in the financial field, to have those two joined together. I don't recommend it either. Number 9, very important as well, taxes. You need to make sure that if you sell physical products, tangible, touchable, I can touch it, feel it, hold it in my hand products, that you're charging sales tax. Whatever tax is in your state. For me, I'm in Michigan and I charge 6% sales tax on all of the orders in Blk Women Can. And there's a reason I do this. It's not to be greedy, because I don't keep the taxes. I put the taxes aside so that when tax season rolls around, I'm not paying taxes out of my own money. Again, if you're running a legitimate business, honey, you're going to have to pay taxes. Depending on when you're filing, quarterly, annually, whatever, I'm not going to get into that, but make sure you're charging tax on physical products you're selling, so when tax time comes around, you're not trying to spend your own personal money, which will leave you broke, trust me, on taxes. We are not in the 1%. I mean, I highly doubt anybody in the 1% is watching my videos. If they are, holla at your girl, because we need to have some conversations about how I can get to where you're at. But a lot of us are not in the 1%, okay? So we have a duty to be able to not go broke paying our taxes, okay? If you are actually paying taxes, that means you made a great amount of money that year. If you are getting a tax refund back, that means you did not make enough money. And I learned that from my CPA. And I was like, oh, well, as wonderful as that sounds, that I made all this money, I don't know where it went and I don't like paying taxes. So I'm not really sure if I like it here. Wait, go back on that topic. You cannot charge sales tax if you don't have the legal paperwork for that. So depending on what state you live in, I want you to look up reseller's license or sales tax license or reseller's permit, I think. In Michigan, it's called a sales tax license. I know in like California, it's a reseller's permit. Whatever state you're in, you do have to file the necessary paperwork to be able to legally charge people sales tax. It is usually free to get that done. So there's no reason why you shouldn't have it. Okay. Moving on. Last but not least, number 10, you have to make sure that you're keeping track of all of your purchases and your receipts from the year, so that when tax time comes around, baby, write it off. Write it off. Write everything off, okay? This is going to help you so that you can bring that number down that you may have to pay back in taxes. Literally, I'm writing off everything. I have a huge stack. Let me show you. Huge stack, two folders worth of receipts from 2021, and a lot of them are paper because I order most of my stuff online and I just print the receipt, but also keep any store receipts from any purchases that went towards your business. Keep them, please keep them, because it's going to be very hard when the end of the year comes and you're going back trying to find all this stuff. So just do your due diligence and keep these, so when tax time comes around, what I do is, I don't know how to use QuickBooks or any of that fancy stuff, so I literally just put it into a Excel sheet of all of my expenses, the date, the date, the place, how much, so that in the event that the IRS audits me, like, did you really have $8,000 worth of expenses? Yes, I did, and I will show you. Consult a CPA though. I'm not that. So don't take, I don't have to take my word for it, but like only semi take my word for it. But make sure you fact check it with whoever does your taxes, okay? But that's all I have for you guys today, and I hope this information helps somebody somewhere. Don't forget to share this video with somebody who might need it, and follow my Instagram at _RavenJ with 2 Y's, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.